What's good? What's up? What's happening? Welcome back to my channel, guys. You guys asked that I do a review on the 25-piece brush set that I purchased a good probably 3 weeks back or so, when I actually purchased the 15-piece purple and violet brush set from Jessup. All of these brushes are from Jessup. Once again, I'm going to leave the link down below. Just copy it and paste it into your browser, and then I will send you directly to where I purchased the brushes from. Once again, these brushes took about 5 weeks to get to me, which is abnormally long, but hey, it was worth the wait. So without further ado, I will get into these brushes for you. Alright guys, so as I mentioned before, it is 25 pieces that you get in this brush set. You get 10 face brushes and all of them look like this, and you get obviously 10 from 25 is 15 eyeshadow brushes or eye brushes, and they look like these. These are the Rose Gold Luxe Edition brush sets, and they are beautiful. I am, as a makeup artist, you're very skeptical of purchasing white bristle or white hair brushes, obviously because they may get stained, especially when you're using eyeshadows that are like vegan or using like natural dyes and stuff. They will stain your white brushes, so be mindful of that. But for the most part, they are absolutely beautiful. But I have used the eyeshadow brushes, some of the eyeshadow brushes already, so you will see that they do stain, but they worked beautifully. I've washed all of these brushes already, girl. Clean your brushes before you use them, please. Don't just buy your brushes and just take the plastic off of them. And no, clean these, especially if you have sensitive acne prone skin like moi, boo boo. Clean your brushes. I ain't talking about spot cleaning either. Not with alcohol, with some good brush cleaner, little water, and you can be good to go, please. All right, enough rant. Let's get into the brushes. So I will start with the face brushes first, and just in case you guys can't see, I'm wearing a little tubby top. Like, yeah, okay, I'm not naked, all right? Okay, I got some pervs on here. All right, cool. So just kidding, guys, just kidding. So the good thing about these brushes is that they actually come with a number on them, and as well as what the brush is made to do. Now, like I mentioned in my other brush haul, brush review demo thing, that you don't have to use the brush for exactly what it says that it is supposed to be used for. If you want to use it for anything else other than what it says, that's quite fine. Use the brush, you paid for it. If it works good for you doing that other thing, boo boo, use your brush. All right, so as I mentioned, the 25 brushes. I am not gonna do a demo, okay guys. This video will be really long if I had to do a demo. The other one was way too long in my opinion, almost an hour, but y'all liked it. Oh, y'all so loyal. I love y'all. Dang, man, Lord, thank you. All right, so let's talk about, I'll go through the face brushes as I mentioned just now. So the first brush that I pulled up is the number 110, which is their face shape brush. And these brushes look like this. They have obviously the bristles. Some of these are synthetic fibers. It has a rose gold ferrule right here. And then the handle is wooden and black, and the inscription of Jessup, the number, and then what the brush is made to do is written in rose gold as well. All right guys, so this is what the face shape brush looks like. It's very soft. All these brushes are very soft. It has a dome shape like this, and what I will use this brush for is to blend the highlighted portion of the face out nicely, or just blend the edges of the highlighted portion of the face. If you're highlighting and contouring, I would definitely use this brush for that purpose. All right guys, and that's what this brush looks like. Next we have the Jessup number 104 brush, and this is their buffer brush. I'm not going to do any order of number. I'm just going to pick it randomly. All right, so this looks like a flat top kabuki brush, which is pretty much the style of it, and this is a buffer brush as it says, sorry. So what it will do, what you can do with this, you can use I would say from, like, I will mostly use liquid foundations with this type of brush. Also, I will use it to apply setting powder and face powder, as well as to buff that product in. A lot of persons who are getting into makeup tend to negate buffing the buffing technique, and that is like the key to getting that flawless finish. No pun intended, but honestly, doing that buffing technique is so vital. If you guys want me to do a video about it, I have no issue. Just as per usual, leave it in the comment section down below and I got you, boo. All right, so once again, this is what their buffer brush looks like. It's not totally dense, but it's dense enough to apply and push product around nicely. All right, number 104, buffer. Next up, we have the number 103, which is their defined buffer. This is similar to the buffer, it's just that it is smaller and it is to an angle, and it is a flat top as well. This is very reminiscent of that of the flat top angle kabuki brushes. Sigma has them, Jessup also has them, BH Cosmetic has them, just about everybody has them, and this is what it looks like at an angle on the top. Next up, we have the number 125 stippling brush, and I adore using these brushes for application of foundation. This is actually a dual fiber, dual meaning two fibers brush. If you like looking at it, you will think that it is similar to one of these, but it's not the same type of brush. I'm not talking about shape or anything like that. I'm talking about how the hairs are laid out, because this is dual fiber brush. And so if you take this one and you bend it like this, all of the bristles pretty much are the same. It's just like a dark brown bristle with white tips, but this one is dual fiber. It has 2 fibers in it. So if you do it like this, you will see the black fibers first, and then you will see the white fibers. So it's a dual fiber brush, and what this type of brush does is allow you to use less product to get a fuller coverage. So persons with like a serious case of acne will love how this brush applies their foundation. And I love to use, like I said, these brushes to apply my liquid foundations. You can use these for cream and stick foundations as well, but because it's not as dense as the other flat top buffer brushes are, it's going to give you a little bit more of a harder task to push that product around. But I would definitely recommend this for cream and liquid foundations. All right, we have up next their number 122 petite stippling brush, and it looks like this. If you guys are not familiar with the stippling process, that is where you take your foundation and you stipple it. This process is called stippling. You pounce it over a particular area or all over your face. Persons who have acne, once again, or persons who have a lot of discoloration in the skin, where you have a red discoloration, green discoloration, yellow discoloration, we can go on and go on, and you have to use a color corrector before you put your concealer foundation on top of that. Then this is the brush to use. It is made of wool, and this is what it looks like. It's white, and up close, this is what we have. It spreads a little. I think that's because of how I put it down to dry that caused it to look a little, you know, untidy, but for the most part, it is a beautiful brush both to look at, and I pray I'm gonna try my best to keep these white as possible. All right, next up we have their number 106, which is their powder brush, and this brush, I would not recommend to use this type of brush to apply loose setting powder, just because it's gonna take your loose setting powder and spread it all over the place. All right, when you pick up, if you do pick up your loose setting powder with this, I recommend you go into your loose setting powder, pick it up like that, put the brush into the cover, and then swirl it like that. That way you'll be able to push the loose powder into the brush, and then you push it into your foundation. All right, that way you can get a fuller coverage, and then afterwards, then you will go in and buff. But I will definitely use this brush just for buffing itself. This brush is a little stockier than the others, as you can see, and is shorter. The bristles are not dense. They're very pliable, easy to move around, hence why you get a nice buffing technique done with this. If you guys are familiar with the buffing technique, just at like a little quick something, this is where you go like this on the face. All right, so that's what their buffing brush looks like. And looking closer at these brushes, I realized that this handle is not solid black. It is actually black with specks of like silver glitter in it. Can you guys see that? How pretty is that? Ugh, so worth the dollars. All right, it wasn't expensive. I can't remember how much I paid, but I'll leave it down below in the description box. So this next brush in my hand is their #1 face definer, number 101 face definer brush. It looks like this. This is simply another powder brush. Once again, you can use this to apply your face powder. You can use this to buff your entire face together. And the bristles are white, nice and soft, very playable, gorgeous brush. All right, the second to last face brush is their sheer cheek brush. In other words, this is their blusher, or you can use this for bronzing your entire face if you need to bronze your face. Once again, the top of this brush made up of wool, and this is what it looks like up close and personal. Gorgeous brush. Final face, oh no, I have one more brush after this. We have their highlighting brush, and I used this on a client and I did a wonderful job. Ook, ook, ook. And I did a great job. So this is what it looks like, and once again made up of wool, very soft, very pliable, gorgeous. And it applied the highlighter like a dream. Like, it didn't apply it making it look blotchy. You know, some highlighters, when you time you put it onto the face, it like sticks in one area and then you have to like blend out that area. If you guys are into highlighters, and you guys know what I'm talking about. And it didn't do that. It allowed me to apply pardon me, the highlighter in a very nice, soft, gentle way. It worked great, guys. It worked great. All right, we have next up their face paint brush. I am unsure why I gave it this name. I think they run out of names, but this is what it looks like to me. This is a gorgeous brush to use to contour with. Yeah, white bristles, made up of wool, nice and soft. This is pretty dense, so using this, I would use this to apply my powder contour only. I will use it to apply my cream as well, but I will have to test it out to see if it works great to apply cream. But definitely I will use this with powders, and the fact that it's white is a little scary, but anyways, it is gorgeous to look at, and I'm sure it's going to do a good job. I've not used this one as yet. So guys, that is it for all of the face brushes. Let's get into the eye and detailing brushes. So for the most part, I've used some of these brushes already. You guys will be able to tell because, as I said, some of them are stained. So let's spray these out nicely. And in any order, this is their number 231 Luxe Petite crease brush. This is of wool, made of wool, sorry. And this is what it looks like, guys. The shape of this is gorgeous to just get into the crease and the crease alone, and the fact that it is not dense allows you to buff product out very nicely. So the next brush that I picked up was their soft crease brush, and this is what it looks like. It looks like a typical large fluffy blending brush, nice and soft once again. And my only fear with these is whether or not they're going to be able to keep their shape. All right, because that's the only issue I had with the other wool brushes that I purchased from them before. Not that they didn't keep their shape, but they always had like one or two little hairs all over the place, and that was nagging me. But for the most part, they work great. That's the truth. Like, they really work good. The next brush is their all over shader brush, which looks like this, and white bristles once again, rose gold ferrule, beautiful handle. And you will see Luxe in front of it, Luxe. Am I pointing on everything? No, right here, right there. You will see that written because that's the line that is from, the Luxe line. And you will use this for applying a wash eyeshadow all over the eyelid, or if you want to spread it a little bit into the crease, the shape of this allows you to get into the crease a bit as well. But for the most part, this makes quick and easy work for application of eyeshadow all over the lid. All right, we have next their Luxe, their crease brush, which is number 228, and this looks very similar to their Petite crease brush. All right, this is the Petite and this is the crease brush. Is as you can see, obviously, as the name states, the Petite is a little smaller and the crease brush is a lot bigger. Looks like each other. This one is splaying a bit, as I said. That's my only fear, whether or not these are going to splay, but they work great and they're beautiful to work with. This is obviously, as the name mentions, you can use this in your crease to blend product into your crease, which is like eyeshadow. And if you want, you can also use this on the lower lash line, not your lower lash line, your lower lid, which is like underneath here, your lower lid space. If you want, you can also use this to highlight as well. Guys, you don't have to stick to the name of the brush, to like, don't stick to what it says it has to do. Do it, you let it be used for whatever you want it to be used for once it does the job. I wanted to say something else about this brush. This brush is, oh, the size of this brush, the size of these eyeshadow brushes, the handle is so teeny. I do not know why. It feels so good in the hand when the handles are like really small. I really like that. It's just something for me. I don't know. It just allows me to like maneuver so much better when I have like a small handle. It feels really good. All right, next up we have my favorite brush. Believe it or not, this is my favorite brush out of the entire thing. This is their detail liner brush. It looks like this, guys. Oh my goodness, I do not have a brush this teeny in my collection, and this is to be treated like rubies, not even diamonds, because rubies are more expensive than diamonds. That's my birthstone, by the way. Hey, anyways, sorry. So this is their detail liner brush. You use this to apply gel eyeliner. You use this to apply, like, if you, I have a little bit of streaks, like, let me move my lash. If you can see like the little streaks that I have right here, you can use this for that. If you need to clean up around the lip, you can go right ahead, clean up around your lip with this. If you want to do any sort of precision work, if you want to go in and make this nice little cat eye in here, cat eye out there, clean up under your brow, fill in your brow, create small little fake hairs, go right ahead. This brush is gorgeous for that. I've used it, I love it. I want to purchase like 6 more of these. Just that brush, okay, that brush. Yes. All right, next up we have number 142, which is their concealer buffer, which looks like this. As its name states, use it to buff out your concealer. So if you're going in and doing your 3D highlighting brows, go ahead and buff around that. If you need to buff concealer when you're like canceling out your lid space, for example, if you're applying your eyelid primer, that's what I'm trying to remember, then you're going to pick it up, obviously, and then use this to apply your eyelid primer all over the eye. Also, you can use this to blend out your concealer in any small little areas if you wish, and it works gorgeous. You have their brow liner, and this is much bigger, much thicker than the Petite. The Petite, the handle of this, though, I think there's a reason to why I really like it, because it's so teeny. Ugh. Anyway, right, so this is what it looks like compared to the Petite. Petite is here, and this is the brow liner. As the name mentions, you can use this to sculpt around your brow or fill in your brow. All right, now let me pause here for a second and state. Now this Petite liner brush will give you a line if you're using liquid and liquid or cream even concealer, and those are the only 2 concealers I'm aware of. If you use a brush this thin, it's going to give you a line. I prefer if you use a brush that has a little bit more width in the top of it, a bit more width in it. right? That way you won't get a line when you're trying to draw or sculpt around your brow. So I prefer a brush that is a little thicker than the fine one like this. That was their brow liner brush. We have now their smoky shader brush, which is number 2, 3, 4. So you can use this as well as a flat eyeshadow brush to apply eyeshadow all over your eye. You can use this as well if you want to buff any product into your crease. That is quite fine because it has a lot of bristles in here and the shape of it will allow for that as well. Easy application. You can use this to smoke out because it does say that it is a smoky shader. You can use it to apply where I have the blue, turquoise, whatever you want to call it, eyeshadow under my eye. You can use this to apply that as well because it fits in nicely in that area. Also, if you want to use this to highlight this portion of your eye, which is called the highlight portion, the highlight area of the eye, you can put your highlighter in there as well. So if you turn it to a side, you can also apply some above crease eyeshadow. Next up, we have their smudger brush. So we just went through their smoky shader, all right, and this is their smudger brush, which looks like this. Comparing the two, this is the smudger and this is the smoky. All right, so that's what the two of them looks like. The smudger is your typical smudge brush, should look like this, all right, where the bristles are short and rounded. That allows you to smudge out. Smudging is basically where you apply pressure to like a liner and soften it out and make it not as sharp a line. So if I had a line on my hand and I go and I rub this brush on top of that line, then that will be referred to as smudging that product out, and it's usually done with eye koals or eye pencils that give you a little bit of play and time to move it around. And most persons would apply eyeshadow and just smudge that product out. So this is what their smudger brush looks like, guys. Number 226. Alright, so we have a brush that I use, and this is their Petite Eye Blender. I use this for crease work. This was once white and black. This is what it looks like, and it is washed. So this is an example. I'm not sure if the camera will allow you to see that it's a bit stained. Let me put this next to something that is white. Yeah, good. So this is what their Petite Eye Blender looks like. I used this to apply eyeshadow on the outer corner of the eyelid, as well as to apply some eyeshadow into the crease. You can also use this to apply eyeshadow to the lower part of the eye, as well as to smudge product out as well. And even if you want, you can use this to apply highlighter on the intricate parts of the face, like the inner corner of the eye, the nose, and the cupid. Yeah, I wouldn't use this on the outer portion of my face. So just like the intricate smaller areas of the eye, of the face, sorry. We have their cream shader, and this is what it looks like. It looks like your typical small concealer brush, all right, and this is of synthetic fibers. It is very stiff, like, look at that, very stiff as it should be. And obviously I would definitely use this to blend out my concealer. So if I have a spot on my face, I would definitely apply my concealer on top of that. If not my concealer, my color corrector. Also, if you want to use this to clean up like a wing, trying to create a wing, you messed up, you can go right ahead and use this to clean up. Or if you want to create that really nice sharp edge on the outer corner of your eye, go ahead with your concealer and clean up. If you want, you can also use this to sculpt your brows, because that point that it has right there is gorgeous for that. All right, clean up around the lip. If, for example, you're applying your lip liner or your lipstick and your lip gloss, and it kind of goes on the outer corners of the lip or outside of the lip space that you wanted it to go ahead and use it to clean up with, guys. Next up is another teeny little brush, and this is their Detailed detail shader brush. Had a hiccup. And this is what it looks like. Very similar to a smudge brush, but this one is made of natural hairs. This is what it looks like. Let me find their little smudge brush for you and show you what this smudge brush looks like. So it's bigger. The smudge brush is bigger, and the detailer brush obviously is smaller. Once it says detail, precision, anything like that in front of the name means it's going to be small, and it's going to allow you to do intricate work. So you can use this to apply eyeshadow in the inner corner of the eye, underneath the lower lash line. You can apply highlighter in the middle portion of your face. You can even use this to apply lipstick if you need to clean up around the lip as well. And if you want to like apply a sharp clean line in your crease, definitely I will go ahead and use this brush for that. I would even use this for highlighting because it is of natural fibers, and it will allow for the product to be blended out nicely and pick up the sufficient product. Once again, this is really tiny, and I really like tiny brushes. If you like perfect, they fit perfect in my hand, like yes. Last and final three brushes, we have their soft definer brush. I have used this one as well, and it's stained, so yeah. All right, so this is what their soft deliner, their soft definer brush looks like, the number 227. Once again, this one is stained. I used it once, so I would have expected that anyways. Is white, would you expect? All right, that's what it looks like. Here's a little spread out. So that's the I will give you my overall opinion about the brush set afterward. So I will use this to apply product in my crease. I will use this as a crease brush, like to apply product in my above crease area as well. And if I have a client who has like small eyes or small lid space, definitely I will use this brush instead of using their large their soft crease brush, which looks like this, because to me both of them pretty much will do the same thing, but this one is definitely smaller. So we'll use this in the crease area of the eye to apply eyeshadow. So this is the only brush that I think I will have like limits for. I wouldn't necessarily use it underneath here. You could if you want to, personally, but if you like on a client, I wouldn't recommend you use such a big brush underneath here. So I would definitely use this to apply product in my above crease as well as to my crease space as well. We have their Luxe pencil brush. I used this also, and just as the name states, this looks literally like how a pencil will look. Yeah. Oh, I have it upside down. So that's what it looks like, guys. And this is perfect. This is perfect for applying eyeshadow under the eye as well as in the inner corner of the eye. If you need to get into your crease and your crease only, then definitely put this in the crease. Or else when I use this, I will use this to highlight my cupid's bow, my nose as well. And that is about it that I will use this brush for. This is going to be great for smoking out, to do a smoky eye as well, and to smudge out eyeliner of any color. So this is what their 230 Luxe pencil brush looks like. And the final brush is the wing liner brush. All right, Bobo. Yes, an elephant can create a wing liner with this, and it ain't no joke. All right, this is what it looks like, number 317. And so you get 1, 2, 3 angle brushes in this set. This is what the detail liner brush, yeah, the detail liner brush looks like. This is what the brow liner looks like, and this is what the wing liner looks like. So you get 3 angle brushes in this set. Now I adore the shape and size of this. Like, it is not too thin, it is not too thick. All right, you like perfect, perfect, perfect for what it states that it should be doing. Perfect for that. And once again, this is small, really like the handle on this. And once again, using it for creating wing eyeliner, definitely using cream or even liquid products. I would use this to apply. I would apply any cream or liquid liner on my waterline as well. If you want to go in and get a nice precise line, especially if you're doing a cut crease, if you want to go in and trace your cut crease out, use such a brush. And then you could use this brush itself to just gently smoke out around that line so it doesn't look like just a harsh line. So this brush works very, very well for not only creating liner, not only creating a wing eyeliner, but also to get into the intricate bits of the eye if you want to go ahead and make lines on the face. Great for that if you want to go ahead and sculpt around the eyebrow. Great for that even if you want to go ahead, once again, creating small fake hairs at the front, filling in the brow. Gorgeous, gorgeous for that. Ooh. That is the end of the brush set, guys. Now the only thing that I would say is a downer about these brushes are that, one, some of them are white, so just be mindful of that. It's not a downer for me because I know that they will eventually be stained. For the most part, it may not look good in the kit, so that's entirely up to you. Once you find a good brush cleanser, you should be good to go. Another thing about this is that these white bristles tend to shed. As we speak, we have some shedding going on. They're still new, so that may be the reason why they're shedding a lot. But they shed. This is not shedding, this is actually out of order. So that's the only two things I have against this entire brush set. Would I purchase this brush set again? Yes, yes, yes. I love how they look. They look so expensive. They're not heavy. They don't feel cheap. They don't feel like shaky. Like it's perfect, perfect, perfect. That's the only two reasons, the only two things I would, oh, one other thing that I would state is that the white ones tend to like splay a bit, spread out a little bit. I don't know, can you tell? Yeah, you can tell, like right here. All right, so be mindful of how you lay them down, how you dry them. It's just because the white bristles have no manners and tend to do whatever they feel like. All right, but for the most part, they do have been so far doing a good work. All right, guys, so that brings me to the end of that brush review. I hope it was as detailed as possible. You guys know time is not an issue for me. I would definitely get as much detail in the my videos for you guys, because it's important that you guys know if there are any reviews, any particular products you guys want to see me review. Once again, leave in the comment section down below if there's any particular looks that you guys see out there, or one that you've seen me done on my Instagram page and you want me to do a YouTube tutorial on that. Fine, do that. Thumbs up the video, send a comment down below, subscribe please, and I will definitely get the look out for you guys. Let's grow the channel. Sending all the love right back at all of you guys. Thank you guys so very much for your request. Thank you for continuously supporting once again, and I will see you guys in my next video. From Barbados to you with love. Bye guys. Don't forget to hit that circle button to subscribe to my channel, and here are 2 more of my videos. See you soon.